Welcome to the OPPO Live Beyond series, where we'll be looking at lives and stories of ordinary South Africans and looking at how they've turned a challenge into an opportunity. I'm Caron Williams, and today we'll be discussing a topic that's very close to me in the media industry. Today we'll be celebrating Africa Day with a focus on sustainability in the local fashion scene. I'm extremely excited to have our guests today with us. We've got Luzilla, who is the CEO of South African Fashion Week, as well as Mpumi Dlamini, who is the creative director of Keto. Luzilla and Mpumi, thank you so much for joining us today. Luzilla, if I can actually start with you. So we've just had Fashion Week recently, and OPPO is the proud mobile sponsor for the platform. If you can just tell us a bit about the collaboration and why it's important to have global brands collaborating with the platform.
For me, the OPPO and South African Fashion Week partnership is a partnership made in cyberspace. So fashion, of course, is a visual. It is what we wear. It talks about us. It talks about what we are and how we project ourselves to the world. And OPPO is absolutely takes that image and transfers it and broadcasts it to the world.
And Mpumi, you are one of the fashion brands that recently got the opportunity to showcase at SA Fashion Week. Can you please tell us about the brand, how you started, and just the vision that you have for your brand?
The brand started as a sort of a platform that I wanted to use to tell African stories, to tell South African stories. Also a thing of sort of archiving our stories in a contemporary space where you can actually put on a garment and know that there's a story behind it.
Amazing. And I think, Luzilla, just to touch on the point about sustainability, ethical fashion is very important to SA Fashion Week. If you can just elaborate on why that's such an important ethos and mandate for the South African Fashion Week platform.
We call it slow fashion rather than sustainable fashion, because to be sustainable is a very sort of vast concept. So the designers do slow fashion, they do compostable fashion, which means they know where the garments come from and they know what the end product, where the garment is going to land up one day. Is it going to be compostable, or is it going to sit in a dump where it can never sort of go back to dust? And I think that is the beauty of working with the small designers or the SMMEs, the designers in South Africa, is that they are there. You know, they don't waste. They work with their fabrics sort of in a very sort of responsible way. They're completely fair trade because they are working in a community with the community.
I think, Mpumi, to you as well, if I can extend the question, how do you in your design process make sure that the brands or your designs are just accessible to the local markets?
I think in that regard, technology has also played a big role in terms of social media. So educating the customer via the process of creating a garment and them being invested from the start to the end. They see the value, the sort of the blood, sweat and tears that go behind making that garment, how it trickles down from the creative process to the end product.
Amazing. And just to go back to, recent Fashion Week, you did showcase as well, and obviously we brought today here by OPPO South Africa. So just to touch on OPPO facilitating collaboration with designers, I think, Luzilla, for you, how that process was for you as, the South African Fashion Week platform, and Mpumi, for you as a designer, what was that process like? You got a beautiful device as well. Just how I think the brand helped accelerate your process as a designer this time around.
The OPPO phone is absolutely ideal for fashion because it can capture a group, it can zoom into a face, it can capture the colors. It is absolutely technically on par with what we are trying to do with fashion. And I think that is the beauty of our partnership. OPPO has become the extension of the designers' collections. It tells people about them, about their collections, and more so about their inspiration. So you must know that is what a designer brings to the table, is taking an inspiration that can be minimal, tapping into the culture. So Mpumi says that he speaks to his elders. in speaking to his elders, he just needs one little inspiration. It can be nothing, but his design talent, gift, takes that, uses it as an inspiration, transfers that into a textile or into a pattern, and takes that and presents that to the world. And that then is the trend set for the next season. So that is the power of the OPPO phone, because it takes the journey, it records the journey, it archives the journey, and it's allowed the designers to have a device that can beautifully document the journey, because that was a weakness, because you had to find a camera, and you had to now have a video camera, and now you have a phone that can't do beautiful photographs and don't have the technology to bring everything together. And I think that is what the designers are enjoying about our partnership with OPPO.
I think the collaboration is happening at such an important time, because now we exposed in the digital space and we need each other as three separate entities. You've got OPPO, you've got SA Fashion Week, and you've got me, the designer. And in us coming together, it shows you the power of technology. And a device such as OPPO allows me to sort of document my process. It allows me to expose my customer into my world as a designer. The device will tell you how much time you spend on your phone. And an average person, plus minus 10 hours a day, meaning that we are always with our cell phones. So a device such as OPPO, you're able to do a lot of things, able to document your ideas, you're able to record if you have an idea. You don't have to scratch around for a notepad. You're able to record yourself. You're able to take a picture of something that inspires you for later on. And then you are able to put together a mood board and get a feeling of how you were feeling when you saw that element or whatever it is that inspired you at that moment.
And that's it for our very first Live Beyond episode with OPPO. Thank you so much to our amazing guests for joining us this Africa Day. And thank you to OPPO South Africa for the amazing platform they've created. Don't forget to follow us on social media, or follow OPPO South Africa on Twitter and Facebook for amazing sneak peeks and giveaways. And thank you so much for joining us today.